Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. So we're on our 21st template. I have one more to go after this, and I'll be sad to see them go, to have the last one. But I've enjoyed this. I hope you have as well. And I hope you've been following along and making your own cards following the sketches and templates in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. And also the mini catalog, although I haven't gotten through the mini catalog yet. So I may do that. But I think I'm going to give it a little rest for a little bit, because I've been seeing so many fun folds lately, and I do want to get and share a few of those with you. So you're probably wondering, what is this hot mess on my desk, right? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not make a sample card for you before going on to shoot this video. And so I figured I'd show you my process and what I do. So firstly, what I do is I've got my template. So we're going to be using this one right here. And it's template number 21 in the catalog. And then I decide, okay, what DSP do I use? What cardstock? What stamp set? You know, all that fun stuff, right? So let me go with the first piece that I pick. So the first piece that I pick is my DSP. This happened to be sitting on my table, and I said, oh, you know what? That's a beautiful piece, and I think it would work perfectly with the circles, because my thought process is to take one of these and then die cut it for the focal piece. Okay? This will be the second part of that, the layering piece. And then what I'm going to do is also bring in some gold foil, specialty cards. I guess it's called DSP. I'm not even sure. We'll call it paper, right? So this will be, actually, I've decided to use my Fun Patterns embossing folder. I'm going to be using the diamonds. I think that would look really lovely behind those two circles. So we'll do that. Then my other thing is, okay, so what's the card base? So most of you know that on the DSP, when you turn it over, you have this Stampin' Up! Label. Did you know that on the back it shows the colors that coordinate with the DSP? So in this instance, we have Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Very Vanilla, and Gold. I decided to use Pecan Pie as my card base, which I have right here. I've already folded that. That's about the only thing I did. So, and then these other pieces, I'm going to be die cutting them. So I will go ahead and die cut all these pieces. Oh, one more thing I forgot. I am bringing in my paper pumpkin. Usually I don't do this on my videos, but I needed a Merry Christmas, and I didn't have one. The only Christmas stamp that I had was from Peaceful Season, and that would be too big. So I'm going to be using the Christmas from the October Paper Pumpkin Kit. And as you can see, I've used it quite a bit. I've used Merry Christmas quite a bit. So we'll be using that as our stamp. And I think that's all, right? And then I'll be doing some heat embossing and all that fun stuff. So I will be right back. I'm going to go die cut some things, and then I'll show you how we put this all together. And so now I have most of my parts and pieces cut out and ready to put on my card. I did forget to tell you that I am using the deckled rectangle dies, or are they called rectangle? Nope, I was right. Deckled rectangle dies. I always get these names confused. And also the deckled circle dies. These are fantastic. They are nesting dies, which means that you can cut out a larger one and a smaller one, and then you can adhere them together to create a nice border around it. So that's one. What else did we do? So I also actually I did not die cut, I fussy cut, so you're lucky that you didn't get to watch me do this. But what I did is I had a scrap, And I thought, oh, this would look really nice on the inside of the card. So I die cut, these are actually 2 pieces, and I adhered them together with a glue dot. And so this will go on the inside of the card. Lay that right there. The other part that I didn't do yet, and I want to show you, and I did emboss that gold. Doesn't that look beautiful? I love the way that looks. And I die cut the circle from this, and I'm going to use this on another card. So let me put these aside a second because I am going to bring my cut and emboss machine. So these 2 pieces are actually end pieces on the DSP, but I thought, why waste those? You can actually layer these up and nobody would ever know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think that's pretty good actually, layer these so that you really can't tell, and then I'm going to die cut it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some adhesive, make sure I've got this correct, on the bottom part of this piece. And I'm going to go all the way across, even though I am die cutting this with the circle. I'm going to go all the way across here, and then I'm going to put some on the top of this one, which is going to be the bottom layer. Adhere these together. And I'm using my favorite liquid glue, which is perfect for this because then I can slide it around to where I need it to go. So I'm just going to line that up. I think we're going to go right about here. And then when I'm happy with the way it looks, hang on, let's lift this up to see this going this way. I think that looks good. Scoot it over just a little bit more. Again, the liquid glue is your friend here because you're able to wiggle it around till you get it perfect, which I think is right there. So we're going to press that down. And I put my silicone craft mat under here to pick up any glue that might have oozed from behind. So I'm just going to give that a second to dry before we die cut it. So let's set that aside here. And then what we're going to do is we'll die cut this like this, so then I have some greenery around that pretty bell. All right, so let's do some stamping. Okay, I'm going to get my stamps, put those aside there, and I need a block or 2. Let's see, which block do I want? Oh, I hope this Christmas fits on here. I didn't even think about that. I think it might be too long. I think it just barely. Yeah. Let me see if Happy Holidays will work. I think this is shorter. I have to go to Plan B. I didn't even think to check the measurement on that. Yeah, Happy Holidays fits better. Okay, so we're going to do Happy Holidays. And a block. Let's see, I think this block should be good. So we're going to pick that up. I'm going to use my embossing buddy. And I will get my pierce mat to lay underneath this piece so that we have a little cushion, because we're using photopolymer stamps. And with photopolymer stamps, because they don't have a cushion, you want to add your own cushion. I'm trying to pick up my pierce mat and I'm having trouble. There we go. So because it doesn't have a cushion, you want to create your own cushion. So I'm going to use the embossing buddy on that. Then we'll get our Versamark out and we'll put some ink on this. And I'm going to use gold. I brought my black out here too. Oh, I know why. My initial intention was to actually heat emboss on the gold, but then I decided to use the gold as the layering piece and to do the heat embossing on the Very Vanilla piece. Okay, close that up, so we're not going to need that anymore. That there. I have a coffee filter. I'm going to pick this up with my tweezers. It's hard to see the Versamark on there. Let's put that back down and pick up. I should have had this opened, but I didn't. So we're going to sprinkle some on there. And then you can actually see the Versamark better when you put your embossing powder on it. And just tap off the excess, give it a little blow. And we're going to put this back into our little container. And then I'm going to close the container because we don't want the powder to go flying all over the place, which I've done before, and I was not very happy about that. So I just see some places here where the powder is in areas that I don't want it. And where is my brush? Huh. Looks like I'm missing my brush. I'll try to just take it off with my finger. All right, I'll be right back. I need my brush. So I have my brush, and I also got my reverse tweezers. These make it easier to pick up. All right, so let's just brush some of that off. I see some up here. All right, so now that is done, I'll get my heat tool and warm it up just a bit. And then let's watch the magic happen. I'm just going to hold it there till it melts a little. And then when I start seeing it get shiny, I'll know that it's working. There we go. And once it starts melting, you want to continuously move the heat gun so that it doesn't scorch your paper. I always like to do a little bit on the back side, back on the front, and I think we're good to see the shine. All right, so I think we're done with that. And hold it up to you. Nope, I see that I missed the P and the Y. So let's do that one more time. Let's see. Yep, it looks good. You know, you have to catch it in the light, and then you can see it. I think it's good. Yes, okay. We're good. These away. I don't need those. Should actually just take those out of here. I think that's all the stamping we need to do. Although, you know, let's yeah, that's all the stamping. I'm not going to stamp the inside yet because I'm just not sure what I want to write in there yet. Okay, so let's start putting this card together. This piece here, I'm decided I'm going to, actually, should I put it here? I think I kind of like it up in this corner here. You know what though, because the bell is flat, I want to put it here, and then I'm actually going to trim the side just a little bit here. So let us adhere that. Bring in my silicone mat. Add some glue. I'm going to try to stay away from the edge, just so, because we're going to cut that. just so it's, you know, so I leave a nice edge to it as opposed to having a wonky curved edge. Kind of like that. All right, we'll get our snips and we'll cut away some of this greenery. There we go. Oh, you know what? Did you see what I did? These are my ribbon scissors. I really need to put a ribbon on these so that I don't use those again. Oh. All right, let's adhere this to the inside. Okay, that's good. This is going to go on the outside here. Oh, we need to die cut this piece here, so let's go do that right now. Will it fit in my mini? I think it will fit in my mini. I'll use this little guy in a while. I think it's time. So I'm just going to position that so I get some greenery. Probably around there is good. Okay. And let me get the other plate. There. Oopsies, did you see that moved? Hang on. That moved on me. All right, there we go. All right, so this again I could use for another card. I'll just cut it down here so it's even. Put that away. All right, let's start laying the pieces down and seeing how it goes. All right, so this piece here is going to go right in the center, it looks like. And then I've got this piece to go, actually they've got it right there. Let me bring in my diagram here so you can see what I'm looking at, right? So we're going to put that down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll use dimensionals on the large piece. This goes here. And then I might not even use this because that's going to cover up too much of the bell, and I don't like that. Unless I tuck it behind here. Like so. Maybe put that up there. Or let's reverse this around. See, and now you got to play with it. You got to see what looks good, right? I might hang the circles off a little bit more off the edge. Like they show on here that they have it up against the bottom, but I might just hang them off a little bit more. And maybe instead of going that way with this sentiment, we'll bring it here. Right? Do we like that? I think that looks better. Okay, we're going to go with that. So let me add some. I'm actually going to use my Seal Plus. Ugh, I have not used this in such a long time, so let's see if it's working. Okay, we got it working. So because I'm a little worried with the gold, you don't want to get any wet adhesive on it, because then what happens is it leaves marks and you won't like that. So we're going to put this on here. Again, I'm going to just hover it right about there, I think. I think that's good. And I'll layer this piece. Actually, this piece I want to tuck underneath though, so I'm going to tuck that underneath. All right, and then this goes. Okay, so we're going to tuck this piece under here a little, just a little. Bring it in just a little bit more, probably about there. Okay. All right. Let's put this down again. I'm going to use my Seal Plus. Oh, you know, before I do that, let me show you something. So I don't know if you could see the marks on this piece of gold. The reason for those marks is because when I put it through my cut and emboss machine, I did not use a piece of copy paper over it. So what happens is any marks that are on the plate transfer onto the gold, especially gold. It doesn't do it so much on cardstock, but especially gold. So what you want to do is you want to put a piece of copy paper over the die and your cardstock before running it through, and then that won't happen. Okay, let's put this down in the center. So, okay, we're done with our seal. And then let's add these both on with dimensionals. I got them all, and then we'll put this right over here. I'm gonna bring it just not right to the edge, but right about there, I think. Well, I guess I am going to the edge. Don't want to go over the edge though. All right, so that is that. Let's add some pretty bling to this. Close this up before I stab myself. Okay, let's see. What am I using here? Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems. I haven't used these in a while. And I still need my Take Your Pick tool. So let's see. I think we'll use the pecan pie ones, or gold. I'll put one up here. I'll lay one right about there. And then I'm going to do a small one right next to that one. Here. Should we leave it? I think we'll leave it. I was going to put 5, but I think 3 is perfectly enough. And And so friends, there you go. Isn't that pretty? I think that's so pretty. I really like the way it turned out. I hope you do too. Again, this is sketch number 21 from the annual catalog. I hope you're following along with me. And the sketches you can find on FrenchieStamps.com. It's back from, oh gosh, I don't even know how old that is. It's a while. So friends, thanks again for watching and following along with me. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you give it a try. And thank you again for following me, and for please leave me a comment. It helps my more of you find my channel and to get notified. A lot of times when people don't leave comments, they just kind of look at the video and just, you know, maybe you'll give me a thumbs up, maybe you won't. It does help with my analytics, so please do leave a thumbs up and just a comment saying, hi, I'm from New York State, or hi, I'm from Massachusetts, or hi, I'm from Netherlands. I mean, I love to know where you're from. And I like to know that other people are finding my channel. And please do share my channel with your crafty friends. All right, friends, I've spoken enough. Until next time, have a great day, great week, and don't forget to mail those cards. Bye-bye.